I just think it's entirely fair that
Why?
that tangata whenua, who were here first, who are an equal partner in the treaty, should have the opportunity to have people representing their views in our democratic institutions.
Okay, but the response to that is not everybody believes that the treaty is a partnership, and that is one of the issues that David Seymour is pushing pretty hard. The idea of a treaty as a partnership goes back to 1975. That wasn't an issue before. That is something that has been created. And there are a lot of people, myself included, who think the idea of assigning separate political rights.
See, this is sort of dishonest. You know, this is where people jump around with their position and they can make one. Like what we often say is we challenge people from ACT, like David Seymour, if you want to bring this equality based on race, what about based on gender? What about based on disability? What about based on religion? Because there are also places where we discriminate against legally. And that's kind of the point that that Mr. Hooton gets to. He doesn't quite explain it like that, but it's sort of where he goes as well.
They're not
right.
Separate.
You're
They're
correct.
equal.
But we are putting people in different categories based on their race, and I think
or gender or sex or disability or age, voting over 18, pension at 65, or religion, only male priests. We do it all the time, but these guys only have a problem when it's based on race. But we do it all the time and they never have a problem with the other areas.
think that is...
We're not. They have a choice. They don't have to.
No, they don't. But I couldn't go and sign up for the Maori Ward.
No, but you can't vote in the Otara electorate either because you don't live there.
But those are not comparable pieces of analysis. We are saying
they're arbitrary. Lines are drawn on a map, and these people can vote here, and these people can vote there.
Those lines are not drawn up by race.
So,
and the issue
exactly, Matthew Hooton. So why are you so fucking focused on making it all appear equal based on race when all the other protected classes you don't care about? You don't care that you don't get to vote in Dunedin because you don't live in Dunedin. You care that you don't get to vote on the Māori Ward because you're not Māori. It's the same. And just because we say race, it's just a category like every other category, but racists and people playing the race card like to be able to get in there and stir up their base by going, unfair, look what the brown people get that we don't get. Look, they never go, look what the farmers get, what we don't get. Look what the retired get, what we don't get. They go, look what the brown people get. And they build this tension and this fucking racial division. They're the guys who are saying, oh, it's so racially divided in New Zealand. Yeah, because you guys are the ones trying to make this huge amplification of something that's not there and is not worried about in any other protected class. And if you don't know what protected class means, it means the class within the Human Rights Commission. Race is one of them. You don't care about any of the other ones. You only care about race, which is why when Matthew Hooton says you can't vote in Otara, and he goes, yeah, but it's not to do with race. It's a group. It's a class of people, and you're not allowed to vote there because you're not a part of them. It's no different. There's a bit to go on this tree, but you should jump in, sir.
I just literally want to point out his most egregious reframing of history, that none of this mattered until 1975. Yeah. None of this mattered until 1975 because the European structures that we put in this country and our European governments roundly ignored the treaty for near 100 years, to the point where Māori stood up and said it can't go on, and the Treaty of Waitangi, or the Waitangi Tribunal came out of that, out of protests and hikois, and people standing up and going, we've put up with this for too long. We fought for this country. We went overseas and died for this country, and we're still getting treated like shit. And that is the world that ACT want to reinvent and just go wibbly wobbly woo. Everybody's equal. We're all white now, unless you go in front of the courts or need to go to hospital. You know, then you're not, then you're a brown person, but you'll be dead soon. It'll be fine. And I don't think that these chuds have really realized how much things have shifted in this country and how much people see through this bullshit. You saw someone like, what was his name? Batchelor in his...
Julian Batchelor's
traveling clown show of racism, being roundly hounded at every location he went to. People don't want it. We don't want a divided country. We want an equitable country.
This is where we bring up the image, the differences between equal and equitable again.